Okay, I could not get out of this episode without touching on this last weekend. There was a lot of spring games throughout college football. Now we've kind of seen spring, for the most part, wrap up. But there was one that was, let's just say, more hyped than others. I think you know the one I'm talking about. How about Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes, Coach Prime, selling out his first spring game? Now, the weather didn't cooperate, but I got to tell you, I was all in. ESPN was all in. I loved it. Chris Fowler, by the way, who's a Colorado alum, he was there. Robert Griffin III, Quinn Kesnick. They did a great job. I was watching that thing. I kept looking at my boys and my wife, Sarah, and I was like, hey, look at this. It's sold out. Look at it. Look how amazing this is. And they were tweeting it out, Colorado, from their account, pictures, sell out, 47,277 in attendance. It was electric. It was electric. There's no doubt. And even I tweeted it out. You look at what's gone on so far, and I just said, this has been a major success. Spring game was incredible to watch. Wish I could have been there. I really wish. Hopefully Gus and Ginny and I have a chance to call one of those first two games, or maybe both of the first two games. Wink, wink. I mean, I don't know anything to be official yet, and I don't even think that the draft has taken place. I'm hoping that we can get those games, though. I would love to call those games. I'm so excited for what Coach Prime is doing there in Boulder. And by the way, from what I saw on the field, I think that they're going to win 6+ games. 6+ games. 2 takeaways from this spring game for Colorado and Coach Prime. The first being, this guy has already paid off in a huge way for the program and for the university. The profile of the university has risen exponentially. No one was talking about Colorado. Nobody. And now, imagine all the applications that are starting to go to Colorado for just out-of-state students. Do you know what type of revenue boost that is? Do you? I don't think you actually do. Let me put it into terms that you can understand. Just from a profile of the university for out-of-state students, just applications. When Nick Saban got the job at Alabama in, 2007, 2008, right there, their enrollment, I believe, was right around, I'm going to get these numbers wrong, but I know the margin. I believe it was right around 20,000 at Alabama. Well, anyways, from the time he got there until now, their student body has grown by 13,000 students. 13,000. If you just give rough numbers of, let's say, on average, those students are paying somewhere between, $16,000 to $20,000 in tuition a year, which I actually think is on the low end based on what in-state tuition is and what out-of-state tuition is at Alabama. But let's just take conservative numbers. Those 13,000 students, all right, their profile as a university has risen exponentially because of Nick Saban. We would all argue that. Those 13,000 students mean a cool, $250 million in annual revenue? So when people always say, oh, these coaches get paid too much. No, they don't. No, they don't. Not even close. Nick Saban making $11 million is the biggest steal in all of higher education for the University of Alabama. Well, you're going to start to see that effect at Colorado because of all of those applications that are going to go to the university. All right? By the way, meanwhile, you look at what he means just to the bottom line of the athletic department specifically. They sold out the spring game at $10 a ticket. They couldn't give away those tickets last year. I think they put 1,000 people in the stands for free. They would give them free rides on Ralphie. Not actually. I mean, PETA would probably be upset, but you get what I'm saying. You can come pet Ralphie, take a picture with all these people, and guess what? Free tickets, all that, bouncy castles for the kids. 1,000 people showed up. Then they hire Deion Sanders, and they say, hey, $10 a pop, $10 a head, come to the spring game. What do? They sell 50,000 tickets. And then it comes out this last week, they've already sold out their season tickets for next season. Do you know that means $20 million in revenue as opposed to the previous season? Growth, I'm talking about, just growth. They're going to make about $20 million more dollars as an athletic department just in ticket sales because of Deion Sanders. Tell me that's not worth it. I know that there was pushback among some of their board of regents, whom I disagree with vehemently on almost every subject under the sun. But that pushback was totally unwarranted and short-sighted because he's paying for himself and then some for your university, both on the academic side and on the athletic program side. That doesn't even put into picture what's going to actually happen on the field. That's just the business side of Deion Sanders. You talk about a guy paying off. I saw players that belong on the field in the Pac-12. I saw a quarterback specifically that belongs on the field in the Pac-12. Just Shedeur Sanders alone is going to make them a better team. I think that they can win 6+ games. I really do. And I think it's going to be one of the most interesting, covered, exciting stories in all of college football next year. In all of college football. And hopefully we're there to cover it. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoy that clip, make sure you click subscribe somewhere down here. From game highlights to exclusive interviews and rankings, we've got everything you need as a college football fan right here, College Football on Fox.